Hey everyone, I'm here with Wild Kyle today from the YouTube channel Wild Kyle, and he's from Florida and does a lot of fossil hunting down there, so I'm going to show him some of our Michigan fossils. We're here at Partridge Point, and later today we're going to go to a couple other places too, so give him a little tour of Alpena fossils. So this is a little bay here at Partridge Point, and out there is Sulphur Island. That's really cool out there too. I did a video there last summer, 2 summers ago. Some really different rocks out there than you find here. Anyhow, you can see all the bedrock exposed. It's all limestone. These are Devonian fossils we'll be finding here. So let's get looking. So the way I hunt fossils here is I just sit down and start moving rocks, and you get into these little rocks underneath. And that's where all the goodies are. So here's a crinoid stem. And you'll just find all kinds of neat little things in here. There was a little bit of a brachiopod I just moved out of the way. Here's another crinoid stem. Check out the bedrock here. There's just all kinds of crinoids and stuff everywhere. It's called a death plate. Look at the crinoid stems there. Cool stuff. I just found what I think is a crinoid calyx right here. I think that might be the place where the stem attaches. So this will be like the head of a crinoid. So a crinoid's like, it's an animal, but it's got like a long stem with a head on the top. I think they're called sea lilies sometimes, but I think that might be what that is. Here's crinoid stems back here, little discs that all stack up. Whatever it is, it's kind of cool. I just picked up this bryozoan. It's what's called a moss animal, I guess. I don't know that much about them, but it's that little mesh looking stuff there. Some sort of a filter feeder. Pretty cool. Here's another little piece. There's a lot of this stuff around here. I've been digging right around here, just through there, just kind of going through the small gravel, and here's what I've got so far. Feather. Bunch of little crinoid stems here. Little death plate that was kind of cool, had good contrast in it. But lots of little crinoids. Here's a little tiny brachiopod, I think. But that's the kind of stuff you can expect to find here. This one kind of has, whoops, I just dropped it. Kind of has little teeth on it. See that? Find those in Rockport Quarry a lot. That's kind of neat. Check that out. It's a crinoid head or calyx. See the kind of geometric pattern around the top there? And then that's where the stem would have attached, right back there. That's it's about as good a one as I've ever found. And when you're done watching this video, you gotta watch Kyle's video, because he just found a really nice blastoid, a big one in a really good shape. So I'm not showing it here, so you gotta watch it there. We started out over there, and we're walking up around this bay. The little point up ahead there. Rocks are a little different here. It almost looks more like glacial rocks, some of them at least. A lot of iron in the water for some reason. The death plates here are just so cool. Look at all the stuff in there. And they're just everywhere too. Alright, so what'd you think of location number 1?
This has been incredible, man. Like, I've never found any of these types of fossils before, especially this old, so this has just been a thrill for me. I love this stuff a whole lot.
Yeah, I like this beach a lot. So we're going off to Burkholder Drive and Scitec Park next. Well, here we are at the next location. We're right near Scitec Park on Burkholder Drive. And they're rebuilding the bridge behind me there, so I'm hoping that they don't kick us out because there's a big pile of girders and a crane or something parked here, an excavator parked there. So we're going to stay here as long as we don't get kicked out. All right, so we're in the ditch. Hopefully another one of these big girders doesn't fall into the ditch. But just along here on the left, there's this kind of clay mud stuff, and there's all kinds of little stuff in here.
Oh, yeah.
So you just got to start picking around, but it comes out really nice and everything's nice and clean. So, find some good stuff, Kyle.
Do it.
I just love this spot because there's so much stuff in here. It's all tiny, but little corals everywhere. And brachiopods. Sometimes you find sea urchin spines. These are crinoid discs. These kind of stacked together to make the stem. Look at the little 5-pointed flower shape in the middle there. More corals down here. Here's a little coral. Another little coral. Whoops. Little brachiopod. Fun stuff. Here's a neat little coral. I can pluck it out of there. Oh, thought it was going to be bigger than that. Another little brachiopod, and it's starting to rain. Okay, it's raining now, but I just found a little itty bitty sea urchin spine. Oops, see if I can get that to focus on it. Little guy. I mean, that's as big as they are. They're all little, so, you know. There you go,
that's
Kyle.
Pretty cool. That is crazy small. That's a nice little spine then.
You just picked up a few things that are kind of interesting. This kind of branching coral here, this one, I really like. Just a little different than the other stuff. There's another little coral. And another little branching guy there. A little bucket full of stuff. Send home with Kyle.
Woo!
Got a little woo from Kyle over there. So we were just over there in the ditch, and now we're across the road. And I was told this was a attempt at making a quarry at one time. It's not much of a quarry, but this is another place to check. Right around this pond is where I usually find the most stuff. Maybe not quite as thick as the other place, but still good. So you find anything yet?
Nice brachiopod. Big one.
Nice.
Oh.
Just throw it around. It's not like it's old or anything.
I know, it survived 360 million years, and now a wild Kyle's going to just break it.
Kyle just threw this one at me. He's a little wild. I need an adjective.
It's the name.
Domesticated Rob. Tame Rob.
Chill Rob.
Chill, yeah, that's a good one.
Is there a word that starts with an R that would work?
You're going for alliteration? Rowdy Rob, except that I'm not very rowdy. Reliable Rob.
Relax, Rob.
Relax, there we go. Ooh, there's a nice one. Little brachiopod. This is interesting. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's some sort of a corally type thing. It's weird little bumps on it. Here's another coral. Lots of little stuff all over. Coral, coral, coral. That little brachiopod. Just tiny. Yeah, just about perfect too. Okay, we decided we might melt if it would get wet, so we're heading off to Rockport now. It's about a 20-minute drive from here. So good way to use our time while we don't feel like getting soaked. All right, we're at Rockport Quarry. We're down on the beach right now. There's been a lot of erosion here. You can see the hill here. We were just up on top a minute ago. Used to be able to climb down where I parked, but with all this erosion, it was going to be really hard to get back up. So we found a way down, and we're just walking down the beach before we go to the quarry itself. Lots of fossils down there. There's a big hexagon area, or Petoskey stone. And it's just fossils everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's fossils. Mostly corals. That one doesn't belong. That's a glacial rock. There's how a YouTube video is made, right there.
These are some pretty cool, looks like possibly horn coral sections of that.
There's a big death plate for you. Here's my foot as a comparison. There's stuff everywhere. The layers in the rock here, I always like that. I never know what this stuff is exactly, but that's big. One big organism of some sort. A similar kind of thing here. There's a big piece of granite or pegmatite. Here's a couple Petoskey's that haven't popped out of the limestone yet. Oh, lots of algae here. Holy cow. I keep waiting for this tree to fall down. It's really eroded underneath. I can't believe it's still standing. Bug just flew in my mouth. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Kyle just pointed out this green rock. All the glacial stuff looks so pretty compared to all the gray and black. Look at the roots coming off of that thing. They're not supposed to be exposed like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down one day.
It's a pretty one.
What's that?
Pretty rock.
It's like a smaller version of that boy.
Maybe it's a son or daughter. Hey, we're in the quarry now. Just heading to a spot that I kind of like. There's a big pile of clay-like dirt where there's some little stuff you can pluck out easily. But there's just a lot of rocks piled around here, and most of them have fossils in them. This is a little pile of dirt that I like a lot. Just stuff kind of erodes out of it. You can see where when it rains it kind of comes down here. So, well, let's dig in and find something. I was hoping I'd find one of these. So, here's a little crinoid disc. But look at this one right next to it. It's got like it's like little gear teeth around there. I think that's really cool. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's one that's a little bit longer. I'm real close to where I was just a minute ago. Just across the little road here. A couple little things there. And I just saw something up here. Oh, here's part of a, looks like hexagon area, or Petoskey stone. Here's a little coral of some sort. Oh, here's that thing I saw. Another coral, but it's kind of neat. Lots of fun little stuff in here. A little impression of something. Here's another little coral. Just notice there's a frog sitting right here. Ribbit. Ribbit. Another one right here. Oh, there he goes. A big fossil-filled rock. Fossiliferous. I don't know what that is exactly, but kind of grabs my attention every time I see one. There's a big chunk of hexagon area somebody set up on top of here. Or Petoskey stone. Now in my experience, if you were to polish something like that, as soon as you take off that pattern, the three-dimensional pattern, usually it's just a gray rock and you can't even see anything pattern at all. So they're nice as a fossil specimen, but not so good for lapidary uses. Kyle just made the statement that they don't find coral like this in Florida. And it's weird that we're in Michigan and talking about coral here where most people think that you got to go to Florida or somewhere to find coral, but it's all over.
Well, we get coral, just not quite like this. Different types.
Yeah, yours is alive sometimes too.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty little flower in the middle of all this rock. It's fun to kind of see how the trees are all stunted, struggling to grow in this. It's amazing that anything can grow in pretty much pure rock. We just walked to the back of the quarry. The other side of the quarry where you walk in, there's no big cliff face like this. You just walk in on level ground, but back here it's a pretty tall cliff face. Should put Kyle up next to it so you can judge how tall it is later.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, that gives you a little idea of how big this thing is.
Big old coral right here. That's a big chunk of Charlevoix stone looking stuff.
Oh, cool.
It was just sitting there. Alright, don't fall on me now. This thing's loose right there, that's gonna fall. Yeah, this is just kind of cool.
That's the bottom of a Petoskey stone. Here's my hand for scale. And it's cracked open here, but I don't think you can really see the top. Let's see if I can get around here. Nah. That's ice cracks them open like that, so you get a little moisture in there and then it freezes, and winter after winter eventually it just pops it open like that, exposing more fossils for us to look at. All right, that's it for today, so go check out Kyle's video. What do you think of the rock places we saw today?
Incredible. All kinds of cool stuff I've never found before, so I was thrilled, man.
Did you have a favorite spot?
Favorite spot, I think, was Partridge Point, because all the cool death plates and, well, I'm a little biased towards that because I found that blastoid there.
Oh yeah, I gotta rub that in, don't you? All right, so check out his video. It's linked right next to us here, and we'll see you next time.